Alright, hi guys. So I figured something like this was bound to happen eventually when I was making these videos, and it just so happens to have occurred now, so I thought I'd make a video about it. Full disclaimer though, I did talk about this exact same thing in the post that I made last night. So if you've read that, then you know there might not be any point in watching this video because I'm just going to talk about exactly the same stuff that happened. But yeah, I thought it was funny, and you know I need video ideas to keep this going as long as possible, so I thought I'd have a talk about it. So the other day, maybe I think it was like 4 days ago, I made a post saying that I'd recorded that day's video and I'd edited it and I was going to upload it, but it was already quite late and it was said it was taking like way too long to upload, like over an hour or something, and I didn't want to stay up that late, so I said, you know, I'll just do it in the morning. It'll be a bit late, but that's fine. And this is something I think I had done at least once before, on occasions, like a similar thing where I, you know, been late and I, you know, wanted to just go to bed. So I thought, yeah, I'll upload it the next morning and then it'll be fine. And what I should have done was made a note of that in my notes app, because I always have, you know, the notes app on my phone open. I check it most days in case there's like stuff I need to do, and generally if I've written stuff down in there that I need to do, I'll remember to do it anyway. So I should have done that, and ordinarily I would have done it. I don't know why I didn't, because it meant that the next day I completely forgot to upload it, and I didn't. Again, like I said, I don't normally do this. And also, I should have realised as well, because what normally happens when I do these videos is because, you know, video files can be quite big and I don't want to take up too much storage space on my laptop. What I normally do is just delete them, both the raw files and the edited files, the day, like the next day when I go to edit the next day's video. So I do have a folder like for these videos, but it's never really full because I just, you know, I do things literally day by day. I record them, edit them, and upload them the day, and then, you know, delete the files the day after when is, you know, I've established that there's no problems with the video, and because the video is now up online, I have no reason to keep the raw files. So that's what I normally do. And what I must have done when I was, you know, going to record and edit the next day's video is seen that the original file and the edited file were still there and in the folder, and then I would have just, you know, deleted them because I thought, oh yeah, that's the previous days, I can get rid of those, without actually realizing that I hadn't uploaded the video yet. And I literally only realized this what was it, the day before yesterday, when I was uploading the video for then, and I had just happened to go on my channel and see that there was a gap of like 2 days instead of one day, and I thought that was really weird. And I spent quite a while, you know, trying to work out what, you know, what I'd done that day, because I couldn't remember at all what I'd talked about in that video. I couldn't remember what that video was meant to be. I remembered like filming it, but I just couldn't remember what I'd done, and I couldn't work out what had happened that day, whether I would have talked about anything in particular. And it was really annoying me, obviously, because, you know, I'm trying to do this daily. I did deliberately skip one day, well, not deliberately, but I skipped a day because when I was editing the video, something messed up in the audio, and, you know, didn't have time to go back and re-record it, and I couldn't be bothered to like work out how to do it or just record a different video, and I wasn't bothered about like trying to re-record that one. It was literally just a ramble about me, you know, not being very good at setting up cubes, because I always dump too much loop in there the first time around, and then they get really slow and I have to clean them out again, and that was literally it. So you didn't miss out on much on that one. But this one was really annoying me because I couldn't remember what I'd talked about, and so I spent quite a while trawling back through, you know, trying to work out firstly what day it was meant to be, because, you know, when the days that I upload the videos, when it says the date that I uploaded them is actually the end of the previous day for me. So I was trying to work out what day it was. I was trying to remember what I'd said, because I looked back through the list of video ideas that I have on my phone, and I was like 90% sure that it hadn't been any of the ones that I'd thought of ages ago. So I figured it must have been something fairly spontaneous, just something, you know, off the fly, like something that I wouldn't have thought too much about, and it probably wouldn't have been a super long video, and it would have just been like me just rambling about something not particularly important. So I was like, okay, it's probably not the worst deal in the world. And like I said right at the start of this challenge, I'm deliberately trying not to be too bothered, like if I, you know, miss a deadline or be a bit late or, you know, miss a day completely or whatever. I didn't want to be too bothered about that. So I thought, okay, this is fine. I'll just get over it. I can be slightly annoyed that I can't remember what the video is about, but it's obviously nothing important. Otherwise, I probably would be able to remember it. So I thought that's fine. It's whatever. And I started typing the post about that because I wanted to say, oh, I've just realised I've missed a day. I didn't do this. Hadn't addressed it up until that point. So I thought I would do that, and and the other thing as well was my editing software. It shows you like all of the projects that you've worked on, and so that was another reason that I knew I'd actually recorded and edited something, because I had it saved in a project in the editing software. But because I deleted both the raw files and the edited files, when I went back into the project, it just said like media not found or whatever it normally says, because the original raw files had been deleted as well. So it can't save that in the editing software. You can only go back and edit something again afterwards if you still have the raw files that it's based off, and I didn't. So I couldn't see anything at all. I couldn't see whether I had my hair tied back or not. As weird as it sounds, that's something that could have given me a bit of a clue. I couldn't see like what I was wearing or anything like that, so I really had no idea. So I thought, okay, this is a bit annoying. I can get over it. But and then as I was typing that out, I spent several minutes typing that video typing that message out on the post, saying like going, it was like, oh yeah, I deleted the files, so I couldn't think. And then all of a sudden it just occurred to me, well, actually I deleted the files from the documents folder on my laptop, but my laptop, being a Windows laptop, has the recycle bin feature where you can see things that you've recently deleted. It doesn't fully delete them; it saves them just in case. And all of a sudden, it just occurred to me that like I obviously I delete the video files each day for the previous day's video that I don't need anymore. But what I don't do every day is go and empty the recycle bin. So I thought, oh wait, actually, I know I haven't done that in a while. Maybe the video's still there. So instead of finishing typing out that post, I immediately deleted it all, went to go back, check on my laptop, opened up the recycle bin, and I saw that both the unedited and the edited files were there, along with like the 4 or 5 other most recent days that I hadn't emptied the bin since then. So I was able to get the file, I restored it, I double checked that everything was all right, and it was. And then all of a sudden I remembered what it was, and ironically it was about, or certainly I started the video talking about the possibility of me having like ADHD or something, and putting things off, even things that I want to do, and not being very good at like managing my own time and things like that. So yeah, that was quite a funny little extra twist. And obviously now you may have seen that video. I uploaded it yesterday because I had it, and I thought since I've recorded it and since I've saved it, and I went to the trouble of editing it and all that, and it turned out it was over 10 minutes anyway, so I thought I might as well upload that because it was funny. Yeah, completely forgotten the day that I'd recorded that video. I'd been out with my friends to the pub. That was an event I completely had forgotten that even happened. And if I had done that, then maybe I could have remembered, like associated it with it, because I did mention it in the video that we'd been out, and that I was going to do a multi, but then I didn't because I'd had a couple of drinks and I didn't feel like doing it, and also it was really late by that point as well. So I could have probably worked it out if I'd remembered that I actually had been out, but I genuinely just didn't. I couldn't like I was looking back through it was like my my Instagram stories or anything, or photos, see if I could taken any photos, but I just couldn't see anything. So I completely just missed that. So it was quite funny. But yeah, I like I said, I hadn't been going to go to the effort of re-recording it, but because I found it, I thought I'd re-upload it and it would be funny. And I also thought, obviously I'd make the post addressing the not addressing the situation. It sounds like it's a like I'd done something really bad, but I thought I'd make a post acknowledging the situation, and that it was quite funny. And so I typed out, to be honest, I typed out a lot of what I typed out the first time round, but said, but I've just remembered that I do actually have this video. I can access this video again. So I went and uploaded it, and I said as well, as the first time I've ever been able to spoil a potential future video topic properly, at least in this series, I guess you could call it so far. But yeah, so I did that. So yeah, this video as well that I've said, this is basically, like I said, is part of the part of the same thing that I said in the post. So pretty much, if you read the post, then like this is basically the same thing. So yeah, like I said, I mentioned that this video was going to be happening, and I mentioned that yesterday's video that I had recorded before and then lost and then found again. I was able to spoil those. So I thought that was, yeah, it was good. It was quite a funny situation all round. I'm really good at this, and yeah, like I said, I figured something like this would happen eventually. It was only a matter of time. So yeah, thought I'd thought I'd fully explain the situation for a bit because it's quite funny. And yeah, I'll try and stay on top of it again in the future, but I can't guarantee that anything like this won't happen again. But you know, if it does, I'll be sure to make another video about it, because why not? That's just the kind of thing I would do. So yeah, that's about it for today. I'll see you tomorrow.